every magazine says like this thing is the supercar killer. Not that it was faster, but for the price and what you could do on track, it was actually a really, really good car. All right, so today we have a extra special employee parking, and it's kind of a little bit of a stretch because technically he doesn't work at Hoonigan, but he works at Wheel Pros, specifically Rotiform, one of the founders. I would say he is one of my good buddies and good enemies. We have a bit of a spite and hate relationship. This dude literally bought a car just to spite me that my coupe didn't run.
Oh, I'm so over the internet.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
But anyway, I'm gonna try to pretend like this isn't the coolest thing I've seen in a long time, but he just bought one of the coolest Mark IIs, so.
I've never seen it, so.
You haven't even seen it?
No.
I've only seen pictures of it, so I'm literally seeing it the first time. He's just like, I'm outside, come outside.
Let's go check it out.
I'm gonna start by saying I'm kind of mad that it's this nice.
It is.
Like I kind of am mad that I can't give you shit because this is really good.
It's a spike car too?
Not a spike car. It's the first car I've ever bought that's nicer when I got it than I anticipated though.
You'll probably just ruin it from here.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
By the way, for the people at home who don't know about Spike Car, explain Spike Car.
So you had a wide body wide body coupe Quattro that you'd been talking about building it for what seemed like an eternity.
It was.
A buddy of mine had one that was for sale in Finland, and
who I also bought an RS2 off of indirectly.
Yes, Roni, and it had to be done.
Just cut to the video. This dude basically bought a car, trolled me out to an event, being like, hey, you gonna bring your rabbit out? Like, oh, I'm gonna come out, it'd be great to see you.
Scotto has finished an Audi.
It's not finished.
Okay, yeah, okay. I figured.
It's SEMA ready.
It's SEMA ready.
This is SEMA ready. It'll never be done. Any good project car is never done.
What? And that was the moment I knew I had to buy a car. Yeah, I bought an Audi in Finland.
So the next time you see two similar stores right next to each other, there's a pretty good chance one of them's doing it out of spite.
You gonna take it for a little spin? Take it up the street. Let me know what you think. I need a professional's opinion. Oh wait, this one runs though.
Yeah, I only know how to push them. I should have known something was a problem because we're never friendly with each other over text message. It's nothing but insults and just shitting on each other and just a constant trolling. And when you were like seemed excited to see me,
the
I
license
seen
plate.
It.
The license plate.
Oh yeah, and the license plate. Did you see what the plate says?
That's the best part. Yeah. I was really confused at first when I saw the stories, like while that was happening.
Let's talk about this thing because this is perfect. Like I'm usually not the kind of person who says, don't do anything to it, keep it stock, don't even lower it. But like it feels like something right out of the magazine.
This week we're doing 30% off on all orders at Hoonigan.com. Use promo code BONUS30. Plus, we're throwing random items signed by hosts. This is the actual hood piece off Son of a Digger. That is the wheel cap off Rolls Royce. This is not even out yet. That's a piece of the top secret race car we're building. Every dollar you spend at Hoonigan.com gives you a chance to win the Z06. Sheesh!
It's amazing. 1985. GTI, first year of the GTI in the US, Mark II, Motor Trend Car of the Year, cut to the sticker. For me, this is better than a supercar. It's like a time machine.
Did you actually drive it here?
Yeah, I did.
Because I've driven 85 GTIs, maybe not that nice. I've also driven supercars.
It's a time machine for me. It makes me feel 19 again.
That's how I feel about my Rabbit.
Yeah.
It's the same way. My Rabbit's not as nice,
I couldn't get a new car and take 30 plus years off my age.
All right, so let's walk through for the people who don't know this car. Here, I'm gonna hand this to you.
Yeah, let's you Volkswagen nerds take over.
It's like for people who don't understand like what this car was. So the Mark I GTI, right, kind of creates the idea of the pocket rocket. It comes out every magazine says like this thing is the supercar killer. Not that it was faster, but for the price and what you could do on track, it was actually a really, really good car, and that's why I own 4 of them. And as much as I love the Mark 1 because it looks the best. I know that's questionable, but I think the Mark 1 looks the best. But arguably, this is the best GTI. The Mark 2 is the better chassis.
This is maybe
16 valve is probably the ultimate.
Maybe a better overall car.
It was yeah.
Bigger. You could put more people in it, more stuff in it.
When you had a front end accident, you didn't have to completely cut the front forks off because it had a subframe instead of just like, issues like that. It had better suspension. They sorted out a few different things with it. A bit more power.
What's up with this bumper? Is this a big bumper?
Oh no, that's a small bumper.
It's a small bumper.
Yeah.
Okay.
He learned that talking about my car. So I was like, oh, those are small bumpers, Euro smalls.
Yeah, small bumpers.
Small bumpers, small doors.
Small doors.
Yeah, we call them small doors.
You can get
because later on they got rid of
this.
They got rid of like the quarter glass.
Yeah.
And they moved the mirrors forward, and those were called big doors.
So same gen, but later on.
Yeah, there's actually a weird era, 1989 cars that had big doors, small bumpers, and then it was big doors, big bumpers.
So small.
This is really geeky, nerdy.
So small bumper,
Volkswagen
small
shit.
door is the move.
Different people like different things.
Yeah, it's a move. I think
Okay.
you either go early like this or late 99.
I agree. 89 and the 89.5 is kind of weird. So, but they are central electric too. But I won't get into that. If you know, you know. Montreal bottle caps, my favorite Volkswagen wheel, which is a weird thing to say because it's not the best looking wheel, but there's something cool about it.
Dang, man.
So, like, what's the backstory of this car? How do you keep basically an economy car this nice for this long?
Where'd you get the car? Like, where did the car come from?
I bought it from a guy in Detroit. He was the second owner, and he got it from a guy in Montreal. All records came with it, like, since 85.
So 2 cold climates and it still looks as clean.
Yeah.
It's impressive.
And this is just as is.
I haven't even washed it.
Mars red, right?
Mars red. 1.8 liter,
It's like 90
4-cylinder,
horsepower?
counterflow.
Is it
I think
90?
this was 105 or
Okay.
Woo, triple
115,
digits.
Yeah. High compression, 1.8 liter 8 valve. Certainly not fast by today's standards.
What trans has a 4K in there?
No, a little taller than the 4K. Still close ratio, but
Right.
not like a 4K, which is crazy low.
4K was like when I was a kid, you could buy a 4K for $500, and it was the best mod you could make to a slow car. You put that in, all of a sudden, like your car was so fast to
Up to
about
100,
60.
yeah.
60.
So yeah, no AC, no power steering. Normally these are completely rusted.
This is original?
You should post this in the CIS Wizards thing as just porn.
Yeah.
We belong to a Facebook group called like CIS Wizards or something, right? Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
And it is probably one of the dorkiest
It
Facebook
is.
groups I belong to. And I belong to like steering wheel collecting groups. I mean, really, really dorky stuff. But this right here is just full porn for that community.
That's next level dork.
yeah.
That's
I hate-
original?
I hate CIS,
Wow, man.
but that looks nice. How's it run? You expect to see this level of stuff on like expensive cars.
Right.
Like you expect to see someone take a 911 Turbo, roll it off the showroom floor and park it, or drive it for 10,000
Yeah,
miles
and
and
they
park
keep
it,
cleaning,
or
keep
like an early numbers Mustang or something like that. Chevelles. Like who was thinking in 1985? This Volkswagen GTI I'm gonna preserve because some dorks named Jason Whipple and Brian Scotto are gonna just bone her out over this vehicle.
So is this entire generation with the square? I don't know if you want to call them square, but not the rounds.
They started out like this, then they got dual round. This is the US headlight.
So did they ever have dual rounds in the U.S.?
Yeah,
Okay.
later on.
We fight about headlights a lot.
Yeah.
These are not great looking.
They're
I think,
okay.
I think
They've
I
grown on
prefer
me.
the round, but I like them because they're period.
Yeah.
When
They should be
when
there.
the two of us got into Volkswagens, the minute you would buy this car, the first thing you would do
Yeah,
is just
swap out.
rip this out and put in either a dual round or quad
Put in a
rounds.
3-slot grill.
Yeah. But now I kind of respect what that is. I probably also back in the day would have ripped off the small bumpers because I was that late 90s, early 2000 era. Everybody had big bumpers on their car. Everybody wanted their cars to look newer then. That was like it, right? But the interior is just so next level.
How do you fit in this one? With the stock
With the
seats?
stock seats, I feel like shit.
Yeah.
Want to hear the thunder?
Yeah, man. Let this thing sing. You realize like who we are now, right? Like you realize the fact that both of us are interested in a car like this. We are like the old dudes who sit around numbers matching Chevelles and care about them. I never thought I'd be that guy because I didn't think I'd ever care about number matching Chevelles, but I'm now that guy with even slower, less exciting cars.
Did you put the door open?
It's so good.
So nice.
What, the door?
Open the door. Here, I'll let you do it because it's an old car and you have an E36.
I do.
Open the door.
Most of the time, they don't work that well.
Oh,
Wow.
It's like,
the Rabbit I have to like jiggle, lift a little bit, give it a little, you know, it's gotta give it a little one of these, getting it in.
Woo. That closed noise.
Perfect closure.
Wow.
At this point in the program, you've either clicked off because you were hoping that when he popped the hood, there was some 900 horsepower engine underneath, rear-wheel drive conversion, sleeper.
yeah.
But if you're still watching, then you're one of us.
This thing's more than the numbers. It's just a,
I get it.
yeah.
It makes me feel old that I get it, but I get it.
Yeah.
Because it does. It makes you remember how much this made you excited before cars became business and became like everything was too much. Like this was just simple and it just worked.